Hi there, I'm Will Kidd with 7 Seas Estate Sales, and I'm here to give you a quick video walkthrough of our upcoming June 8th through 10th hybrid estate sale in Jefferson City, Tennessee. Now, it is a Friday through Sunday sale, and it is open to the public. You don't need an appointment. And as I said, it's a hybrid sale, which means that we have our online auction and a tag sale. There's 216 items in the online auction. It ends Friday night. If you win something, you have Saturday to come pick it up. And then the tag sale is sprawling. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm going to try to give you a sense of that as we walk through. And let's see, we'll have 25% discounts on Saturday for all the remaining tag items, half price all day Sunday on remaining tag items. And at 2 o'clock, we'll do some kind of a bag lot, box lot blowout. Let people make offers to buy remaining high volume things like clothing, books, whatever. We got to empty this house in these 3 days, so y'all come on up here. I'm going to spin us around here, and we'll get started looking at some of the items. This will be right when you come in the house. First of all, let me point out there's a lot of nice antique furniture, most of which is in the online auction. So you want to take a look at the auction for a lot of the furniture. There's also a ton of artwork. Anytime in my video here you see one of these white tags, that's an online auction item. Anytime you see a white dot, that's a tag item. You can come in the door and buy it for that price. Again, the auction ends Friday night. Got a really nice upright piano here, and conveniently, it's right by the front door. So if you buy that in the auction, you can get it right out to your car. So going in, this room was the eBay room. This couple whose house we're in, they bought prolific amounts of stuff over the years, and they did quite a lot of eBay business, but they bought way faster than they sold. So you know, here's the antique eyeglass collection. There's all kind of cameras in the house. Coming up on the wall, this would be an indication of one of the very dense collectible niches we have, which would be iconography. Of course, that was a Christian or Catholic iconography, but every other religion you can think of. There's Jewish stuff, Hindu, Buddhist, on and on it goes. There's a lot of very interesting pieces here, which we'll see going on around the room. Again, more artwork all over the place. Then we get into furniture again. Beautiful antique corner cabinet here, handmade, high quality stuff. Inside is full of interesting dolls and decanters. Decanters is definitely a high quantity niche here, as are dolls and toys. This Mason and Hamlin pump organ, working condition. Mason and Hamlin is a high premium name for musical instruments. So that's a great piece. Got us a nice grandfather clock. Several good rocking chairs in here. Got this really pretty mogul style hand-painted Indian screen with the cutout work in there. It's very cool. And then here's another antique piece, very handsome, like a wardrobe unit with drawers top and bottom and drawers in the middle. Did I say that right? Doors and drawers. This table's in the auction, and look at all the collectibles on here. This is where they actually did their photography for eBay. So some of this stuff was sitting around here. Some of these just crazy figurines of all kind in here. Here's bisque. There's a carving. This crazy looking dude is actually a wine bottle holder. Here's a thread holder, a little multi-drawer box in the back there. And then candle holders, paperweights. There's a ton of salt and peppers, another high quantity collectible in the house would be salt and pepper. And then check this thing out. Number 61 in the auction is a pump melodeon, very antique instrument, and it's in working condition as well. So all that is great. Now, coming down the hallway, you got the Southern Comfort mirror. Just peeking up here, we've got several more frames on both sides of the wall. Try not to make you dizzy as we go. Oops, somebody got ahead of me and turned out lights. Let me turn it back on. So this magnificent antique Victorian bed is in the online auction, and it's covered up with some other auction items. You can see there we've got half a dozen good quality violins in the online auction, and there's a bunch of more projecty or just lower quality that you can pick up in the tag sale for $100 or less. Really nice platform rocker. There's 2 in the sale. Nice collection of all kind of toys, Fisher Price stuff. There's electronic animals. We'll see a lot of coats. There's tons and tons of clothing in this house. Fun vintage stuff. Here's your Oscar the Grouch radio. We were talking about dolls and toys. Look at these shelves. They're crammed. The shelves are crammed. The floor is crammed. We've got crammed boxes. It's going to take you hours to shop this sale, folks. The desk is in the online auction, as is the really cool desk chair. And we'll have a couple more desks like that as we go along. Now, scooching back over here, I'm going to dart across the hall. This will be the front bedroom. This poster bed is also in the online auction. And the fun, that's hand painted, sort of Pennsylvania Dutch artwork up there. Again, you can see more of the iconography back here. There's Jesus and Mary here. And then down in front of them, there's a Chinese style Buddha up there on this fantastic piece of antique furniture. Now that's another great Victorian piece there. It's got the beautiful mirror on the top. Look at the burl of the wood on the front. That's a very nice piece of furniture, and it's got handsome pulls as well. How about an African chair? There's a bunch of stuff from Africa here. We'd have to say that would be a high volume item, is carvings from Africa. There's a bunch of them. Wallace nutting prints, really pretty print, and look at that fantastic frame. That's in the online auction. There's several Wallace nuttings here, as well as some other just fantastic engravings, etchings, and a lot of original artwork. How about the oak hanging hall tree there? That's beautiful. Now, another high volume collectible here in the house is going to be books. There's tons and tons and tons. There's just one row in there, but when we get to other parts of the house, we'll see lots and lots more. Sorry, dark hallway here, but there's a cool World War I yard long. Now I'm coming into the master bedroom. This bed actually stays with the house, but all this great stuff on top of it, purses, there's 100 pair at least of reading glasses. We got fun hats. We got all that kind of good stuff. Here's a fun Eskimo piece. Got a handsome trunk down on the floor. These, all this bedroom furniture, chests of drawers are in here, and I love the hardware on this. They're kind of got this cool Egyptian theme. Look, elephants. Elephants is definitely a niche collectible. If there's fewer than 100 elephants, I'd be totally shocked. Let's see. I'm gonna have to see if I can reach into the bathroom here and hit a light. Sorry for the darkness. There we go. Closet full of clothes. We pulled out a couple of the really interesting ones. This is definitely handmade. That's all hand stitched on there. Really cool stuff. And then another thing that there's dozens or hundreds of would be empty perfume bottles. Tons and tons of good stuff there. And then mountains of collectible, or not collectibles, but your household goods, your bathroom goods, cleaners, things that you might use. Here's a Jewish menorah. On and on we go. Now, coming back over to the other side, you can see on that wall several more really interesting pieces of the iconography and other original artwork. That closet there is jammed full of clothes. Another really cool piece of iconography here in the shadow box. And then there's probably a couple dozen wood carvings like this. Various saints and patriarchs, Jesus, Mary, Joseph, Holy Family. And why not? We'll throw Punch in there, and there's a Buddha, and this one's a little Indian, and there's a Ganesh statue. So really a fascinating mix of religious iconography. Really gorgeous Bible there on the table as well. And that roll-top desk is for sale, as is that great rolling desk chair. Now, when I come back over this way, there's several of these oak file drawers around the house. And again, this chest here matches the one I showed earlier, and it has that same cool Egyptian hardware on it. And going up on that wall, if there's a Last Supper image for everybody in the picture, there's at least 13 in the house, probably more than that. And again, more interesting crosses and other items. Another thing, they kept a lot of values around the house, and they kept them safe. So here is 5, 6, 7 safes there, and there's about that many more downstairs when we get to it. Okay, I'm shooting back down the hallway. We came in and past the bedrooms. If I gone straight, there's Andy peeking out, we'd have come into the dining room. Now, definitely one of my favorite combo pieces in the house. I'm going to back up all the way across this room here. That is a fantastic mid-century modern china cabinet. The drawers up on the top there, they slide back and forth from the middle, and its matching companion buffet piece is over there. And I love the little hourglass inlay on it. So that is a great pair of mid-century pieces. Now, over here in the corner, clock, a lot of nice pictures. There's the several banks. Banks is a high niche collectible in the house. So are tin toys. We've got a few of the tin toys in the auction, but we found many more after we built the auction. Here is some one of my favorites, an acro agate toy set here. And then a whole box full of cigarette lighters. Really beautiful Victorian photo album. And there's Tommy Barbie Ken cases. Then this is another thing. They got a bunch of Indonesian wood carvings. This thing is big, and then if I curve around to the end of the wall, you can see the giant dragon. The one I just showed you on the table there was in the tag sale, but the dragon's in the online auction, and there's more dragons to either side. It's definitely an auction highlight. Is this antique wheelchair with the beautiful cane bottom and cane seat, as well as cane like on the legs and everywhere else. The thing totally reclines. All kind of other collectibles here on this table, large and small weights. I love this one of my favorites here, the fortune telling cake set. It's an antique thing you would set up a party with your kids. Got a cool decanter there in the shape of a barrel, a Norse wood carving, antique toy typewriter. That's all kind of fun. Antique dolls. Coming back over there, you can see there's an African statue, and I love this. What an incredible ship-themed fireplace tool holder. That thing's amazing. And if I spin back around on the wall I was standing in front of, I have a huge carving of the Flight of Egypt, where Jesus, Mary, and Joseph are getting out of Dodge because Herod's tried to kill him. And then all across the floor here, everything from collector plates to all kind of artwork. There's original, there's prints, there's everything else. We got some dark closets here. We're trying to figure out how to get light on, but it's full of sandwich glass. If you use sandwich glass, it's a ridiculous amount in the house. And then here's a wall full of masks. And one of my favorites here is this old this belt with the pull on it. The garage is still a disaster, so I'm not going to show it to you, but there's tons in it. And then when I roll into the kitchen here, you're going to see that it's absolutely crammed. And colanders, high volume collector in the house. We've got lots and lots of colanders, all kind of fun glassware and utensils, all that kind of good household stuff. And then these chairs, I think they're barber chair, dental chair, some crazy contraption. They got two of those. They're selling separate in the auction. Trivets is a collector niche here. There's 100, 200 trivets. I don't know. There's a heap of them, and they're covering this wall, and there's more elsewhere to be found. Then we get into regular kitchen. So here I've got your NutriBullet, your coffee maker, your grinder, drink master. There's a your Vitamix blender. That's $400 or $500 piece. Tons. This is lots of Wagner cast iron on the stove, and coming around other good cookware. Of course, more trivets hiding on the wall back there. And you can see there's milk glass and Campbell's soup. And I mean, if it's a collector item, you're going to find some in this house. And here's the other end of the kitchen. We got the retail jars, your Lance peanuts or Lay's peanuts and all that type of stuff. Canes, got a lot of walking canes. Now I'm going into the living room, and we've got, as I mentioned, up here on this top shelf, really a whole host of interesting collectibles, as well as the books. There's more of the pictures. There's half the elephant collection maybe is in here. More African wood carvings, more African masks. You saw books as I was going around. The books go and go and go. We got them down here in the crates. Got a whole set of Harvard classics. More antique books over here. We're going to spread these boxes out on the day of sale, out under cover. Then I've got a couple of great antique light fixtures. There's one there. I'll show you the other in a second. Nice pressed back chairs. Then during the auction, original art with it's tagged, but the fantastic frame, or not frame, but the easel is in the online auction. There's the second platform rocker. We went ahead and threw the recliners into the online auction. World's Fair, tons of Knoxville World's Fair stuff here. And there's a fantastic barber chair. I think that's item number 1 in the auction. We're real close to the top. And then another great piece of retro fun. We've got this fantastic sectional sofa here. And we're just, every surface space we had to cover up in the house. So there's collectible toys, there's collectible buttons, there's more of the Indonesian masks. Here's the auction. I told you wrong before. These are the auction violins here, and the tag violins back in the other room. I got several giant of these dictionaries. Here's my media center. I have tons of records. There's, as I go around, there's 3 crates of records. Tucking up in there, DVD, CD, records in cases. That's the 78s down there on the floor. And back here behind the couch, tucked away, 8-track, baby. Everybody needs a good set of 8-track. I have this really interesting 2 sets of scales that are in the online auction. There's something different. So is that elephant nutcracker. Really an oddball thing. And again, more fun, crazy figurines, and on it goes. Okay, I'm going to stop there. That's 15 minutes. That's just the upstairs, folks. You got to come to this sale, Jefferson City, June 8th through 10th. Check my website for details.